Welcome back, everyone. Today's Bodycam style audit is about to blow your mind. We're outside Devon and Cornwall Police Headquarters, and what starts as a calm chat spirals into one of the most confusing, contradictory, and downright embarrassing encounters you'll see on tape. We've got officers struggling with the basics of law, a security guard who somehow forgot the #1 rule of his job, and plenty of verbal gymnastics that'll leave you shaking your head. And trust me, the ending twist? You'll want to stick around for that. Let's break it all down step by step.
And what you're about to witness is absolutely shocking. We've got officers who don't know basic law, a security guard making threats, missing SIA badges, and conduct so bad it will make your blood boil. This might be the worst display of police knowledge I've ever reviewed, and that's saying something. You will not believe how badly this goes wrong. Let's get straight into it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why?
Because I'm a police officer.
We got warrant cards.
Yeah, I have got
Yeah,
warrant
I'd love to
cards.
see that, thank you.
No problem. I'm PC Vanessa Thompson. I work here.
Okay, wonderful. Lovely. So what's your number? 1503, was it?
Yeah, no,
Lovely.
15032.
32, lovely.
I'm just
still
wondering what you're doing.
Just making a little video really around the area.
Okay, and what's that to do with? Just obviously because we've got security in mind as well.
Yeah, sure. Just making a little video of the area and that really.
Okay.
Just police station around here. Obviously, it's a new station you got down there.
Yeah.
What was that? 3 years ago? Was it 4 maybe? Yeah. So just letting people kind of know where the station is. Just matters of public interest, really.
Okay.
Here's where things start unraveling. PC Thompson asks for ID, not because of an actual crime, but just in case something happens later. That's not how the law works. In the UK, police powers to demand identification are tightly regulated. Without reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing, you don't have to give your name. Period. This is Policing 101, yet here we see an officer framing refusal as suspicious when it isn't. Let me ask you, do you think the officer was being overcautious? Or is this a worrying sign of overreach? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I just take your name?
Why would I want to give you that?
Because in case there is anything else, I'm just interested. If you're just doing anything, there's nothing wrong, then I just want to know who it is. Because obviously there's security as well.
Right, okay.
So security is heightened at the moment. So if there's nothing wrong, I just want to find out who your name is in case anything else were to come up.
This is where PC Thompson fundamentally misunderstands police powers. Under Pace Code A, police can only demand identification when they have reasonable suspicion that an offence has been committed. In case something happens later is not lawful grounds. The auditor correctly refuses as there's no legal obligation to provide ID without reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing.
So what you're implying is that if I don't give my name, I'm doing something wrong?
No, I'm just saying in case something retrospectively happened and someone said, oh, something happened, and I say, oh, I saw someone and I spoke to him, but I won't know what his name is.
That's fine. I mean, there's nothing to oblige me to give me my name at this
No,
point.
there isn't.
Watch carefully. Notice how the officer says, "You're not permitted here unless you've got a warrant card." That's pure nonsense. A warrant card is police ID, not a magical pass for the public. When officers cite security without signage or legal backing, it's bluffing at best, intimidation at worst. Here's a rule of thumb. If there's no posted restriction and no legal order, public access is assumed. Imagine if every officer could just invent laws on the fly. How long before public trust collapses? Exactly.
You all right?
So no, I'd rather not, thank you.
Okay.
But at this point, am I being entertained or anything?
No, I was just speaking to you and finding out
No
what
problem
you
at
were
all.
doing
That's
because-
fine.
For security.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd like to do that.
So you're just going to stay on the perimeter, are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have a wander around and
Well,
see
you
what's
can't
around.
go inside, so
But-
you can't go inside the building, okay?
Oh no, I won't go inside any buildings, obviously. Yeah.
Stay on the perimeter, but you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Well, I mean, if there are any restrictions, like signs.
Restrictions from there, there's a security. I'm a police officer and I'm telling you, you cannot go with it inside there. This is a secure
Yeah, but
building,
a police
you can't go inside
But
there.
a police officer could tell me not to wear yellow shoelaces.
But I'm not telling you not to wear shoelaces. I'm saying that this is a secure place. There is a security there. I'll
Well,
walk with you if you like. It's fine.
No, that's all right. If it's secure, there's nothing to worry about, is there?
But I'm advising
but-
you as a police officer that you shouldn't be going in there. Okay?
But is it against the law?
You are not permitted to go into this building here. Okay?
I'm not going to go into any buildings. I just said
Okay,
that.
into the area.
And why not? Again, is there any laws restricting me from doing that?
Yes, it's security. You're not allowed
But
in
what-
there unless you've got a warrant card.
Multiple legal errors here. First, a warrant card is police identification. The public don't have them and don't need them for public access. Second, she's making blanket restrictions without citing specific legislations or showing clear signage. Under common law, the public have right of access to areas not clearly restricted. Thompson is essentially making up restrictions that don't exist.
Enter the security guard. No SIA badge visible. That's like a surgeon forgetting their gloves. It's not optional, it's mandatory. Instead of fixing it, he doubles down with the insult, Google lawyer. But here's the kicker. The Google lawyer is right. Security Industry Authority regulations are crystal clear. Badges must be displayed. If not, you risk fines, suspension, even losing your license. So when a guard starts mocking instead of complying, it tells us he's already on shaky ground. Question for you. Should security staff be held to the same transparency standards as police officers?
What law is that?
There's restrictions on there that you are not allowed to go into there.
It says public access, and
There
it's a
isn't public access for
Well,
this.
that's fine. I won't go past any points that aren't publicly accessible. That's not a problem. But that's not a problem at all.
I'm trying to walk on to something now.
So naturally, that has no entry through those gates. But obviously, it's locked gates, so wouldn't be able to go through there even if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is where somebody else got to previously. So that sign there clearly says, please have both ID and car pass ready for inspection. So as you can see, there's clearly gates because I should imagine it's probably restricted parking. But there are literally no signs, unless I missed any on here, so I will double check. There's literally no signs saying, you know, police only or restricted access.
The auditor does exactly what he should. Checks for signage, he finds cycle path markers, car pass requirements for vehicles, CCTV notices, but crucially, no pedestrian restrictions. Then enters our security guard, and immediately we have multiple violations.
I've already asked you nicely, you cannot go any further than this.
Stop you. Keep coming, mate. Then if you want to assault me, we'll have you nicked for that, shall we?
I haven't done any.
And now, the guard escalates. He claims he can have the auditor arrested under Section 5 of the Public Order Act for being called an idiot. Except, that's wrong. The law was amended years ago. Insulting words are no longer criminal. Only threatening or abusive language counts. In plain terms, hurt feelings are not grounds for arrest. This shows a dangerous misunderstanding of the law from someone tasked with enforcing site security. Should guards and officers have mandatory refresher training on current laws? Because clearly, someone missed the memo.
Use reasonable force. I'm licensed to stop you coming on these premises.
What license have you got?
SIA.
Well,
Licensed by the government.
Where's that displayed?
You don't need to see that, pal.
Under the SIA laws, you should be. That should be on display.
You've been reading Google. He's a Google lawyer.
Then arrives security. First mistake, no SIA badge visible. That's literally rule number 1 for the job. Instead of correcting it, he tries the classic put down, Google lawyer. Here's the thing, Google got it right and he didn't. His confidence didn't match his knowledge. The more he talked, the worse it got. Have a look at this.
That should be on display at all times while in operation of your duties. You can actually lose your license for not having it on display. No, it needs to be on display.
Mate, don't talk the law. You know what you're talking about.
Listen,
I clearly do.
I've said to you that I'm a police officer and I've asked you that you're not allowed past here. It's a site you are not allowed past here. So please don't come on site.
Where's the signage?
I'm telling you as a police officer, you've seen my warrant card.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you as a police officer, you're not allowed to come
You could
past
tell
here.
me as a police officer that I'm not allowed to wear a black coat or a yellow hat or.
But that's not
You know.
official, is it? I'm asking you nicely.
Well, this isn't official. If
and I'm
it was
saying to
official,
you-
there would be
Okay, but
signage.
I'm officially telling you, you are not allowed on
Under
site.
what power are you using to officially tell me this? Please.
This is you can see
No.
you are not allowed in.
That is because if this were restricted for pedestrian access, there would be a pedestrian gate. But there clearly isn't.
So what makes you want to do this all day and all night? Have you got bored or something?
Well, to be fair, there's marked police vehicles up there. I want to get some shots of marked police vehicles. They're public property.
They may well be public property.
This is public property.
This area, you're not allowed on here.
But there's no restricted access signs, none whatsoever.
Right, so we're telling you, No.
But your verbal commands don't take precedence when it's a public area.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I
You've been
literally
reading Google.
do.
You've been reading Google too much. Google lawyer. We have about 3 of you a week turn up here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insulting me now, are you?
Yeah, the more you act like
You're
idiots,
insulting me by calling me an idiot.
the more you act like
Okay,
idiots.
no, I'm going to say to you, I take it personally. I feel threatened and I can have you nicked for public order. How do you feel about that?
So here's the guard's big play. I'll have you nicked for Section 5. He says it like he's pulled out the ultimate card. But Section 5 isn't about hurt feelings. It's about genuinely threatening or abusive behaviour. The word insulting was scraped from the law years ago because calling someone an idiot just isn't criminal. So what we've got here is a grown man trying to weaponize playground name calling into an arrest. That's not law. That's fantasy.
Well, what's your law? Come on,
Threatened.
Go on, then.
There's no act or
You
threat
just
of
called me an
violence.
idiot.
Yeah.
How do you know I'm an idiot? Do you know me? Do you know my family?
I
Do you
said
know
you're
me?
acting like
Mate, you've insulted me.
being offended isn't against the law.
Google lawyers, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Google lawyer.
Cool. Well, again, you haven't got your SIA badge, so I'll report that to the
Do what
SIA.
you want, my friend.
Will do.
Now we meet Constable Fowler, who declares the site private police property. His evidence? None. No signage, no paperwork, nothing. Just his word. This is a classic because I said so moment, which might work on children but doesn't hold up in law. Authority without legal backing is just bluff. And notice how quickly it escalates. From, you can't come here, to, we'll use reasonable force. That's a leap with real consequences. If force is used without lawful authority, that's assault. Pure and simple.
Do it all day long.
Not a problem.
What's your name then?
Why would I give you that?
Well, why would I give you my name? You don't even know who I am.
Because you're the one.
No, talk me to
You're
explain.
the.
Who am I?
You're the one. Well, I can just say the one working at the hut at this headquarters on this date and this time. They'll have record of who's working. They'll find it. It's not difficult. There's record of everything.
Fool. Yeah, we're right. Nothing better to do. You got a job?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. So is this private property, is it?
Private land, my friend.
Who owns it?
None of your business.
So is it not owned by
Go to the land registry and I'll tell you all about it.
is it not owned by the police, by the Ministry of Justice, or
You define it.
I mean whether or not
It's private. I don't know exactly who owns it, but it's private. property.
whether or not you rent
I'm
it
trying
privately,
to be
yeah, can you
reasonable
just
with
keep a
you.
bit of a distance?
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, if this is private and it's even rented by the government, which it obviously is, then that's publicly funded. Like those
But
those
even
police
if it's
vehicles
publicly funded,
are
it
publicly
doesn't mean
funded.
that public are allowed access here. Okay. So it doesn't matter
So-
whether it's publicly funded or not.
If you have no information that says that this is private, this is restricted, then what's the authority that you're acting under?
Probably can't gain access.
Access.
Yeah.
He's been trying to do video and everywhere and he wants to gain access.
Why do you want access to the vehicles?
I want to go have a look at the marked vehicles.
You can't, mate,
Why?
because it's the police side. It's private.
Private? Who's it owned by? Do you know?
Devon Cornwall Constabulary.
Okay, and who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary?
Here we go.
Who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary? Who operates? Who runs? Who funds it?
It's what's that something you mean?
It's
What do you think?
publicly funded, isn't it?
Right, and what do you think that means? That entitles you access? Is that what you're trying to say?
To areas that are not clearly restricted.
What's that?
This is one of the most concerning moments of the entire footage. The guard suggests meeting the auditor off-site after work. Think about that. What legitimate security protocol includes personal after-hours confrontations? None. This could easily cross into harassment territory under UK law. At best, it's wildly unprofessional. At worst, it's intimidation. The fact that a police officer is standing right there and doesn't immediately shut it down makes it even worse. Let me ask you, if you heard a security guard say this, would you feel safe or threatened?
That's a barrier for cars. The pedestrian access is not restricted at all.
You do not have access to private stuff.
But again, where's the private signs? Where's the private property signs? I've walked all the way up, looked at every single sign. There's nothing.
Don't Google lawyer, mate. Plenty of them.
Can we just be reasonable about this? You've got to here. You're not going to get any further than here.
Is that your warrant, Is that your warrant card, sir?
There you go,
Do you
mate.
want
16738. Is that Constable Fowler?
Yeah,
Lovely.
I'm a police officer.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this site is a private police site and you do not have access to it.
Do you have any evidence of that?
I don't need any evidence. I'm a police
Well, you
officer. I'm
could tell
telling
me it's illegal to wear this coat, but it doesn't mean that it's true. Just because you showed me a card that I'm a police officer, that coat is
I'm telling
illegal.
you you're not com-
Here's Constable Fowler laying down the law, or at least his version of it. I'm telling you this site is a private site, so it's a private site. You're not coming on. No signage, no paperwork, no evidence, just because he says so. That's not how the law works. That's how bedtime works. Because I said so. And the irony, when the only proof you can offer is your uniform, it usually means you don't have the law to back it up.
Okay. What happens if I do?
Piece of the moon,
Sorry?
mate. Doesn't mean
I'll
she's
use
going to
reasonable force
NASA
to
and get a
prevent you
plane
coming
to
in.
get to it.
Pardon?
is it?
I'll use reasonable force to prevent you coming in.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I've already told him I'll do that.
Okay. So you'll use reasonable force.
Yes,
Yeah.
to prevent you coming in.
Okay.
Same as.
Okay. So what I suggest, mate, is
So that's a threat right there.
It's not a threat.
Well, it is
That's not-
because you
it's
have
an
explanation.
You
You
have
asked
to.
me a question.
you
You
have-
asked me what happened, and I've explained.
yeah,
it to
and you have no
tonight.
jurisdiction to use reasonable
I
force
do
under
have
these
jurisdiction. I'm a
conditions.
police officer. I can use reasonable force to prevent you going there. It's a private site, and there are various laws that allow me to prevent you going to that site. We can go
Again,
along this line if you want, mate.
If this were private, where there would be signage saying
Listen,
private
we don't
property.
need to do this. We don't need to do this. Why don't you just make your way? We don't need to be doing this, okay? It doesn't need to escalate to this. If you go on your way, then that will be fine.
Tell you what, you're going to leave here before I do today.
Okay? Okay.
What is it you're trying to achieve, mate?
Like I said, I wanted to go get some shots of the marked vehicles, publicly owned vehicles on publicly owned land.
I couldn't be more reasonable than I'm being with you now.
I know,
okay?
and I'm
I've
not
listened to you,
arguing, I'm not
I've
threatening, I'm not
understood.
raising my voice at you, I'm just
saying,
explaining my
but
point.
you are not coming on site,
Okay,
okay? That
Cool.
is not happening.
fine. So we've got the apparently SIA badge, security, although it's lacking his SIA badge. Yeah, it needs to be visible. It needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be on. It needs to be.
Google lawyer.
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be visible at all times while on duty, doesn't it? Like police officers have to have. Well, obviously, unless they're non-uniform, but if they're in uniform, their epaulets need to be on their outermost worn layer of clothing. With SIA operating officers, don't work in public. At the end of the day, don't work in a public place. I mean, it is where I'm stood. Where I'm stood is a public place. But yeah, so if you don't want to be filmed, don't come to somebody with a camera. You obviously knew I was recording, that's why you've come.
I finished working about 10
Yeah.
minutes. Mate, do you want to meet?
Finally, the sergeant enters and notice the difference immediately. Calm, measured, respectful. He acknowledges the right to film, but warns about possible aggravated trespass. But here's the reality, that law requires disruption of lawful business. Filming from a pathway isn't disruption, it's observation. The sergeant's presence cools the situation, but the legal justification is shaky at best. Still, compared to the guard and the constables, this is the closest thing we've seen to professionalism today.
Off-site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a chat. Little chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
There are multiple serious issues here. The guard's threat could constitute harassment under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. There's no legitimate reason for a security officer to suggest meeting someone away from their premises after work.
Want to do that?
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Yeah. 10 minutes.
We're having a chat now, buddy. Sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat at all, mate.
Officer Fowler, are you hearing this? This security guard's using fighting words. He's saying he wants to meet me off-site in 10 minutes when he finishes work,
You want to come off and have a chat? We'll have a chat about it somewhere else.
which is clearly a threat, and that's considered fighting words under the law.
Not a threat.
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly are considered fighting words under the law? What bit of legislation you talk about here?
I can't remember the act actually off the top of my head, but
Okay, so which bit of legislation has fighting words in it? You said the word fighting words in legislation. Which
yeah.
legislation is it?
So you're allowed to defend yourself if somebody's using fighting words in a way that makes you feel threatened. So I feel
Which
threatened
bit
now.
of legislation is that?
Can't remember the acting section, to be honest, off the top of my head.
But you're quoting legislation, says
Yeah, yeah.
legislation, but you don't know legislation.
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so if you're going to quote legislation at us,
Okay.
and then say I need to be aware of that and be aware of those words.
But you're a police
you-
officer.
But you don't know the legislation you're quoting.
Yeah, but you're a
So
police
how do you know
officer.
it is?
Okay, still a threat, which even a threat, even something that makes somebody feel like they're being threatened or about to be attacked, actually,
You calling me an idiot just now.
actually feel is actually
Threatened me
common
with calling
assault.
me an idiot. You don't even know who I am. The first thing you said to me was I was an idiot.
Said acting
Now, that
like,
is threatening.
but
my friend.
acting like.
Yeah, you really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, checkmate.
That's probably because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
I said you're acting like. So I'm surprised you guys haven't got the memo on public recordings around police stations, really.
What memo is that?
Exactly, and that says it all, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. You feel free to explain to me.
Well, there was a memo that was posted around to every police station in the UK in 2021 by the Commissioner of the Met, explaining how the police should deal and interact with people coming to film police property, police headquarters, police inquiry offices.
Right.
Said basically, leave them alone. There's nothing you can do.
So, but you're saying you think back then entitled you to go onto the site and film vehicles?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
You're a sergeant. You're an officer in charge. Yeah.
I am.
I'll talk to you then if you want. If you want to come away, I'll talk to you instead of these people. But yeah. What's the collar number there? Sorry.
7236.
7236. Lovely. And Sergeant.
Von Memety.
Sergeant. Sorry.
Von Memety.
Von Memety. Nice to meet you. No worries.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're free. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No worries. Yeah, there's not a lot really going on. It's just making a little video of the area. Once I get a shot of the marked cars. Had PC Vanessa, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Sort of, there we go, marked car. But yeah, so I was walking up around.
Yeah.
She stopped, had a chat with me, had a bit of a chat, let her know, just been filming matters of public interest.
Yeah.
She asked if I was just going to stay on the perimeter. I said, well, I'm going to walk wherever's publicly accessible. I've walked all the way up round here. There's literally at the end of this road, cycle path and pedestrian footpath sign right at the end of this road going up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I see there's a gate there. I do see that. I'm not blind.
Yeah.
That gate is clearly for cars. It's a pedestrian way. It's not blocked. It's not obscured. There's no checkpoint for pedestrians
Okay.
to go past this
the
point.
back-
There are no signs saying
Apart from that one asking you to have an ID
and car pass. Yeah, but I'm not in a car, am I? So I don't
No,
know.
very
You
true.
know.
So, common sense
hmm
would say that you can see there's a barrier there. Public is not allowed through there. There is a sign at the front, and I appreciate you can film whatever you like around here.
Uh-huh.
I've got no issue with that. If you go on site, you are going to be challenged. You're not a police officer.
Okay.
You will be asked to leave.
Okay.
And if you refuse that and you continue to go about your business, then
Yeah.
we will
Remarkable.
be looking at whether or not there's offences committed.
What offences would potentially be?
Potentially aggravated trespass.
What would be aggravating about it?
Now, listen to the legal stretch here. Aggravated trespass. The sergeant floats it about as a possibility, but the law requires actual disruption of lawful business. Walking, filming, standing on a pathway, none of that qualifies. It's only when someone physically obstructs or intimidates staff that trespass could become aggravated. And that's the irony. It wasn't the auditor causing disruption, it was the guard. He was the one threatening violence, mocking with Google lawyer jibes, and ignoring SIA badge rules. Compare that with the sergeant's approach. Calm, polite, de-escalating. The contrast speaks volumes about training and professionalism. What we saw today was a site full of confusion. No clear signs. Barriers for cars but not for people. Staff making up rules to cover the gaps. The guard threw insults, mocked with Google lawyer, and even hinted at violence, and still never showed the badge he's required to wear. Then we had a constable bluffing about private land with no evidence. In the end, it only took one sergeant, calm and professional, to settle everything. That shows the difference. When officers rely on the law, these situations end quickly. When they rely on ego, things escalate for no reason. It's a clear pattern. And that's the point. Knowing the law matters. It's the only way to push back when people try to bluff you. That's why I created the Know Your Rights Guide. It's the exact knowledge auditors use in these situations. So what do you think was the worst part here? The missing signs, the fake Section 5 threats, or the guard's childish behavior? Let me know down.
So let's recap. What started as a simple public filming near police HQ spiraled into a display of overreach, poor training, and outright intimidation. Officers demanded ID without grounds, made up restrictions, and threatened force without evidence. The security guard failed basic compliance, hurled insults, and even suggested an off-site confrontation. The only real de-escalation came from the sergeant, though even that leaned on questionable legal footing. This footage raises a critical point. When officials don't know the law, it's the public that pays the price. If you found this breakdown as intense as we did, smash that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life body cam breakdowns every week.